covetousness can cause you to want something that's not yours. As a matter of fact, covetousness will cause you to steal something. And now you have broken another commandment because you stole something that you wanted because you didn't want nobody to know that you took it. So you did what? You got caught with your hands in the cookie jar. Okay, all right. Now let's go back to. I wanted to read it because I wanted to show you that the law was given to the nation of Israel. Now, in showing grace to the nation of Israel, the Most High established the sacrificial system. So the sacrificial system is the exemplifying the Father's grace to the nation. You got to see that, because when the Most High gave a law, and if you broke the law, there are penalties for breaking the law, and many of those penalties were not death. You had to bring an offering, a sacrifice, right? Okay. Now, so let's go back to 22, and we're gonna start verse 1 again.
If a man shall steal an ox or a sheep and kill it or sell it, he shall restore 5 oxen for an ox and 4 sheep for a sheep. Mm-hmm. If a thief be found breaking up and be smitten that he die, there shall no blood be shed for him. Mm-hmm. If the sun shall be risen upon him, there shall be blood shed for him. For he should make full restitution. If he have nothing, then he shall be sold for his theft. If the theft be certainly found in his hand alive, whether it be ox or ass or sheep, he shall restore double. Mm-hmm. If a man shall cause a field or vineyard to be eaten, and shall put in his beast, and shall feed in another man's field, of the best of his own field, and of the best of his own vineyard, shall he make restitution. Mm-hmm. If fire break out and catch in thorns, so that the stacks of corn, or the standing corn, or the field be consumed therewith, he that kindleth the fire shall surely make restitution.
Okay, stop for a second. So now, these laws right here that we're reading are dealing with the laws of thou shalt not steal and thou shalt not kill, right? Because we saw in the first part, we're talking about, now the Most High, we read in the Decalogue, said thou shalt not steal and thou shalt not kill, right? But here, he's given a sacrifice for a thief who stole, who was killed. Is that grace or what? Mm-hmm. All right. So now we left off at verse what, 8?
We stopped at verse 6.
Okay, verse 6. Okay, go ahead.
If a man shall deliver unto his neighbor money or stuff to keep, and it be stolen out of the man's house, mm-hmm. if the thief be found, let him pay double. Mm-hmm. If the thief be not found, then the master of the house shall be brought unto the judges, mm-hmm. to see whether he had put his hand unto his neighbor's goods.
Okay, stop. So now, the government we live in today, if a person steals, what happens to that person? They go to jail, right? So they're still enforcing the same law, right? Nobody's being killed for stealing. They're going to jail, right? So here the Most High's grace is saying, we're not going to kill this person. They broke the commandments, but we're going to have them to be penalized. And this is how they're being penalized. Okay, go ahead.
For all manner of trespass, whether it be for an ox, for an ass, for sheep, for raiment, or for any manner of lost thing, which another challengeth to be his, the cause of both parties shall come before the judges, and whom the judges shall condemn, he shall pay double unto his neighbor. Mm-hmm. If a man deliver unto his neighbor an ass, or an ox, mm-hmm. or sheep, or any beast, mm-hmm. to keep, and it die, or be hurt, or driven away, no man seeing it, mm-hmm. then shall an oath of Yah be between them both, that he hath not put his hand unto his neighbor's goods, mm-hmm. and the owner of it shall accept thereof, mm-hmm. and he shall not make it good.
See that? Okay, go ahead.
And if it be stolen from him, he shall make restitution unto the owner thereof.
See that?
If it be torn in pieces, then let him bring it for witness, mm-hmm. and he shall not make good that which was torn. Mm-hmm. And if a man borrow aught of his neighbor, and it be hurt or die, The owner thereof being not with it, he shall surely make it good. But if the owner thereof be with it, he shall not make it good. If it be an hired thing, it came for his hire. And if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed and lie with her, he shall surely endow her to be his wife. If her father utterly refuse to give her to him, he shall pay money according to the dowry of virgins. Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live.
See that? Go ahead.
Whosoever lieth with a beast shall surely be put to death. And he that sacrificeth unto any deity save unto Yah only, he shall utterly be destroyed.
Now remember that what we just read here, right? If you sacrifice to another deity, Most High said, they shall be destroyed. We're going to show you a little while longer. Israel did that, and Israel was spared. Okay, go ahead.
Thou shalt neither vex a stranger nor oppress him, for ye were strangers in the land of Egypt. Ye shall not afflict any widow or fatherless child. If thou afflict them in any wise, and they cry at all unto me, I will surely hear their cry. And my wrath shall wax hot, and I will kill you with the sword, and your wives shall be widows, and your children fatherless.
Stop there. Yeah. See, the Most High said, if you rob, basically, okay. I don't want to misrepresent it because you adding your own. Thou shalt neither vex a stranger nor oppress him. Right. So a stranger is a person that is of another nation. Right. Thou shalt not vex a stranger nor oppress him. Right. This is for you Christians. I mean, think about it. You shall not oppress, vex a stranger. In America, when the so-called Christians call themselves Christians, brought the Israelites, who you call African slaves, into America, what did you do? You vexed them, right? You vexed them and you oppressed them. You oppressed them, right? You violated the scriptures. Okay? And for, he said, you were strangers in the land of Egypt. You shall not afflict a widow, or a fatherless, or a child. Shall not afflict any widow or fatherless child. If you afflict them in any wise, so if you afflict the widow, right? You didn't get no specification how old she was. People use all kinds of justifications to not take care of women because they're widows, because she's young. But he says here, if you afflict any widow, which means of any age, or fatherless, those that maybe, as you call them, wayward children, if you afflict them in any wise, right, and they cry unto me, he says, I will surely hear their cry. And watch what he says he's going to do. And my wrath shall wax hot, and I will kill you with the sword. And your wives shall be widows, and your children fathers. So now he said, because you violate the law, because you vexed the stranger, the widow, the fatherless, he said, I'm going to kill you myself. So any nation that vexes the poor, oppresses the poor, right, and the widow, and the fatherless, the Most High said he going to deal with your behind. Right? All right, go ahead.
If thou lend money to any of my people that is poor by thee, thou shalt not be to him as a usurer.
Stop right there. See, reason why people want you don't you're not under the law, because they don't want to obey the law that says you are not supposed to, right, lend money, right, as a usurer, right? Neither shall you lay upon him usury. So what is that saying? That's talking about high interest. The American country, make America great again, has been built off of usury. Robbing people of their wages and then loaning you money to buy something and then tacking on high interest so that you can't pay it off. The Most High say he gonna deal with your behind. That's why they want you to say we're not under the law, because there's a judgment behind disobeying the law. Okay, and just because you don't believe it don't mean it's not coming. Think about it now. Look at all these tsunamis and earthquakes and things that's happening. They're happening for a reason. Most I don't have time to go to it. Talking about how he said they came against the children of Israel. I'm paraphrasing. He said the earth opened up herself for him because the beast was wrath with the woman and went to make war against the remnant of her seed. But the earth opened up herself for her. What is the earth opening up herself for her? Earthquakes. Right? All right, let's continue.
If thou at all take thy neighbor's raiment to pledge, thou shalt deliver it unto him by the sun goeth down. For that is his covering only. It is his raiment for his skin, wherein shall he sleep.
Okay, stop. Where'd you end that?
27.
Okay. Now, look at this real close. If you take your neighbor's raiment, which is his clothes, right? Isn't that what raiment is? Clothes. To pledge, thou shalt deliver it unto him by that sun, by the sun goes down. So, in other words, you don't keep the thing, the raiment, or even the place where the person lives, because that's raiment too. Yeah, the government takes and kicks people out the houses, what they call sheriff sale, which is what people doing today, stealing people's houses because they couldn't pay a water bill, kicking them out. Judgment's coming to you. Okay, all right, go ahead.
And it shall come to pass when he crieth unto me that I will hear, for I am gracious.
See that? The Most High, when you attack the poor, right? Right? What did he say? I am gracious. Gracious to who? The one that's being taken advantage of. But he said he's gracious. Okay, go ahead.
Thou shalt not revile the deities, nor curse the ruler of thy people. Thou shalt not delay to offer the first of thy ripe fruits and of thy liquors. The firstborn of thy sons shalt thou give unto me. Likewise shalt thou do with thine oxen and with thy sheep 7 days. It shall be with his dam. And on the 8th day thou shalt give it me. And ye shall be holy men unto me. Neither shall you eat any flesh that is torn of beasts in the field. Ye shall cast it to the dogs.
All right. Now, so what I want you to take out of that passage we read you the law. I want you to see. But even through all of that, the Most High says what? I am gracious. I mentioned that the Most High, he gave the commandment to the children of Israel and told them, don't bow down, worship any deities. If you do, he said he's going to kill you. All right, so let's go to Exodus 32. We're going to start verse 1.
And when the people saw that Moses delayed to come down out of the mount, the people gathered themselves together unto Aaron and said unto him, Up, make us deities which shall go before us. For as for this Moses, the man that brought us up out of the land of Egypt, we wot not that what is become of him. And Aaron said unto them, Break off the golden earrings which are in your ears of your wives, your sons, and your daughters, and bring them unto me. And all the people brake off the golden earrings which were in their ears, and brought them to Aaron. And he received them at their hand, and fashioned it with a graving tool. After he had made it a molten calf, and they said, These be the deities, O Israel, which brought thee up out of the land of Egypt. And when Aaron saw it, he built an altar before it, and Aaron made a proclamation and said, Tomorrow is a feast to Yah.
Look at that. So now, Aharon, the priest, the high priest at that, that Moshe appointed to be the high priest. Moshe was the prophet. And if you go to Exodus chapter 19, you'll see that the Most High told the nation of Israel, I want to make you the priests. And in verse 20, when the children of Israel saw the thunder and the lightning and heard the quake and saw the mountain on fire, they said, oh my goodness, we can't do this. You use Moshe and we'll hear him. And then Moshe appointed Aharon the priest as the Most High commanded him to do. So now here we see the priest, the high priest, listening to the people. This is what the pastors do today. Listen to the members, give the members what they want, because why? They are getting paid. All right, go ahead.
And they rose up early on the morrow and offered burnt offerings and brought peace offerings. And the people sat down to eat and to drink and rose up to play. And Yah said unto Moses, Go, get thee down, for thy people, which thou broughtest out of the land of Egypt, have corrupted themselves.
Stop there. So now the Most High disowned Israel, right? He said, told Moshe, your people have corrupted themselves. He didn't say my people, your people have. But then if we go back, we're not going to do that. But if you go back to chapter 3, the Most High called Israel my people. Okay, go ahead.
They have turned aside quickly out of the way which I commanded them. They have made them a molten calf and have worshipped it, and have sacrificed thereunto, and said, These be our deities, O Israel, which have brought thee up out of the land of Egypt. And Yah said unto Moses, I have seen this people, and behold, it is a stiff-necked people. Now therefore let me alone, that my wrath may wax hot against them, and that I may consume them, and I will make of thee a great nation.
Stop there. So now, the Most High did what? He told, and if we go back to Exodus 20, thou shalt have no other mighty one before me. We go back to the law, and we just read in chapter, what was that? Chapter 22, when the Most High said that he would kill them if they had any other deities. Now the Most High is upset. He tells the prophet Moshe, I'm going to kill him. All right, go ahead.
And Moses besought Yah his Elohim, and said, Yah, why doth thy wrath wax hot against thy people, which thou hast brought forth out of the land of Egypt with great power and with a mighty hand? Wherefore should the Egyptians speak and say, For mischief did he bring them out, to slay them in the mountains, and to consume them from the face of the earth? Turn from thy fierce wrath and repent of this evil against thy people.
So now Moshe, the prophet of Yah, reminded the Most High Yah that it's your people that you brought out the land, and that if you kill them, they're going to say you brought them out here to kill them. And then he told the Most High, repent. Okay? All right, go ahead.
Remember Abraham, Isaac, and Israel, thy servants, to whom thou swearest by thine own self, and saidest unto them, I will multiply your seed as the stars of heaven, and all this land that I have spoken of will I give unto your seed, and they shall inherit it forever. And
Okay,
Yah...
stop there. I want to interject something here. So now, bringing it to current. We are in the lands of captivity. We are in the United States of America. Okay? And we see all of the lawlessness of Israel going around us, not obeying the law. We got the pastor pork chop telling everybody you don't have to obey the law. You're an Israelite, but you don't have to obey the law, right? So now, we have to intercede right now, just like Moshe did. He interceded for Israel and remind the Most High of the covenant that you made with Abraham, right, which was passed down to the seed, so that what? So that he would spare Israel and show mercy and what? Grace. Okay, go ahead.
And Yah repented of the evil which he thought to do unto his people.
He did what?
Repented of the evil which
The
he
Most
thought.
High did what?
repented of the
The
evil.
Most High repented. Okay? Go ahead.
And Moses turned and went down from the mount, and the 2 tables of the testimony were in his hand.
Stop for a second. I got to add something in there. I meant to put this in there. Now, the Most High made a covenant with Abraham, right? If he killed Israel, guess what? He would have been in transgression. That's why he repented, because he is his word. He made a covenant. He cannot go out of that covenant. That's the Most High. That's why he's against people breaking vows. But Moshe reminded him, you made a covenant with Abraham. That's why he went the route and said, remember Abraham, right? Remember Isaac or Isaac and Israel and thy servants. You can't do it because it's your word. So whatever situation you might be in, you got to remind the Most High of the covenant, and he will see to it that he will not go short of his word. Why? Because he can't, because he is bound by his word. Ain't that something? Okay, go ahead.
And Moses turned and went down from the mount, and the 2 tables of the testimony were in his hand. The tables were written on both their sides. Mm-hmm. On the one side and on the other were they written. Mm-hmm. And the tables were the work of Yah, and the writing was the writing of Yah, graven upon the tables. Mm-hmm. And when Joshua heard the noise of the people as they shouted, he said unto Moses, there is a noise of war in the camp. Mm-hmm. And he said, it is not the voice of them that shout for mastery, mm-hmm. neither is it the voice of them that cry for being overcome, but the noise of them that sing do I hear. Mm-hmm. And it came to pass, as soon as he came nigh unto the camp, that he saw the calf, mm-hmm. and the dancing, and Moses' anger waxed hot. Mm-hmm. And he cast the tables out of his hands, mm-hmm. and brake them beneath the mount. Mm-hmm. And he took the calf which they had made, and burnt it, mm-hmm. and the fire, and ground it to powder. Mm. And strawed it upon the water, mm-hmm. and made the children of Israel drink of it. Mm-hmm. And Moses said unto Aaron, what did this people unto thee, mm-hmm. that thou hast brought so great a sin upon them? Mm-hmm. And Aaron said, let not the anger of Yah wax hot, let not the anger of my master mm-hmm. wax hot. Mm-hmm. Thou knowest the people that they are set on mischief. Mm-hmm. For they said unto me, make us deities which shall go before us. Mm. For as for this Moses, the man that brought us up out of the land of Egypt, mm-hmm. we wot not what is become of him. Mm-hmm. And I said unto them, whosoever hath any gold, let them break it off. Mm. So they gave it to me. Then I cast it into the fire, and there came out this calf.
So what, did he perform magic? No, he knew what he was doing. Just like, I got a qualification identification. You pastors know what y'all doing. Y'all know what y'all doing. Just like Aaron knew what he was doing. He had a profit out of the whole deal, and he listened to the people because he wanted a profit, right? And that's what you pastors are doing today. You're getting a profit from the people, so you listen to the people, you give them what they want, you give them the itching ears, right? So you can benefit and profit financially, lucratively from the people. And that's what Aaron did, okay? All right, go ahead.
And when Moses saw that the people were naked, for Aaron had made them naked unto their shame among mm-hmm. their enemies. Mm-hmm. Then Moses stood in the gate of the camp and said, who is on Yah's side? Mm-hmm. Let him come unto me. And all the sons of Levi gathered themselves together unto him. And he said unto them, thus saith Yah of hosts of Israel, put every man his sword by his side, and go in and out from gate to gate throughout the camp, and slay every man his brother, and every man his companion, and every man his neighbor.
Okay, stop there. Now the priest, see what the priest did? The prophet stood up. They could see the fire in his eyes. Right? The priest knew that they were going to be killed. They already knew the commandment. They knew they were going to die for transgression against the Most High by making another deity. So what did they do? They quickly consented. We on your side, brother. And that's what the preachers need to do today. you need to reconsider whose side are you on. Are you on the Most High side, or are you on the lucrative side where you benefit, right? So they got on the Most High side, and now the prophet Moshe. We're gonna show you what the prophet Moshe did, because the Most High, a judgment has to happen, right? Somebody got to be judged, right? And watch what he does. Okay, go ahead.
And the children of Levi did according to the word of Moses, and there fell of the people that day about 3,000 men.
Okay.
For Moses had said, consecrate yourselves today to Yah, even every man upon his son and upon his brother, that he may bestow upon you a blessing this day. Mm-hmm. And it came to pass on the morrow that Moses said unto the people, ye have sinned a great sin, and now I will go up unto Yah, peradventure I shall make an atonement for your sin. And Moses returned unto Yah and said, O this people have sinned a great sin, and have made them deities of gold. Mm-hmm. Yet now if thou wilt forgive their sin, mm-hmm. and if not, blot me, I pray thee, out of the book which thou hast written.
See that? So Moshe interceded, said, look, if you don't forgive the people, we're talking about grace now. He said, blot me out. Right? This is what he said. And watch what happens. Go ahead.
And Yah said unto Moses, whosoever have sinned against me, him will I blot out of my book. Therefore now go, lead the people unto the place of which I have spoken unto thee. Behold, mine angel shall go before thee. Nevertheless, in the day when I visit, I will visit their sin upon them. Mm-hmm. And Yah plagued the people because they made the calf which Aaron made.
So, even though he didn't kill them, right, he caused a plague to come on for disobeying, right? So what are you saying? Okay, just like the day when you violate the law of the Most High, judgment comes, right? You don't observe eating right what the Most High said eat, you're going to die. That's why people don't die of old age no more. They die of liver diseases, kidney diseases, heart attacks, the whole 9 yards. My desire and my prayer is that I live and die of old age and not die from a sickness or disease, right? So there's a judgment that comes with disobedience, right? When you eat the thing, when you disobey the Most High, there is a judgment that comes. Whether you say, well, under the law, explain the death process then if we're under the law. Why do people die? It's part of the law.